Hello everyone, my name is Inko and we are back in Muscovy. We are preparing to declare war on Novgorod yet again. We are currently just getting a few more claims. We're going to fabricate a claim in Kola, as well as, you know, kind of sit by and regain our manpower. We're at 85%. I'm not sure if we need to make another claim. I think we do need to actually put a claim on Karelia. Actually, we are also waiting for our truce to expire. I've remembered. Our truce extends until 1470. So we will have to wait a few more years. That's just fine. In the meantime as well, we can wait for our overextension to be resolved. We are currently coring Novgorod itself. And that will complete our mission to reduce overextension, which will give us diplomatic reputation, which is not, you know, entirely necessary, but at the very least we can select a new mission. I don't really know what our options are. You never know. Okay, so we do have to forge a few more claims here, I think. Because we only have a claim on Olonets, Tikvin, etc., etc. We may actually... I think we've lost a few claims, actually, because we've been sitting around for so long. But I think we'll be able to absorb Novgorod entirely at the end of the war. It's just a matter of, you know, coring it afterwards. In the meantime, we've been building barracks across our realm, and we can probably do with a few more buildings. Perhaps some churches would be great, maybe some marketplaces. Having said that, we need to look at our trade goods. I can see that Vladimir has... Hold on, let's pause it and look at our trade goods. Yes, Vladimir has iron. I don't really... That doesn't actually affect our trade power at all, really, what's in the province. So I don't know why I bothered to look. Yeah, it's just kind of odd. Is there a way to look at the trade power of certain provinces? Okay, here we go. If we were to put a marketplace in, I'm going to say, Galich, that would actually, sorry, Galich. Galich is the Russian way to say it. Okay, we will also build a marketplace in Vladimir. There we are. And eventually we'll start slamming down some more barracks, and actually some churches would be wunderbar when the time comes. Nogai has accepted peace with Kazan. Looks like Nogai has ceded even more territory. Oh man, so they got torn apart by Uzbek and Kazan. And eventually we're going to have to face off against Kazan. And you know what? I've been thinking about what our first idea group would be, because we are a couple 100 points away from unlocking our first idea group. And I think, obviously, we want to get some military ideas, probably offensive defensive eventually, just because we already have huge amounts of quantity. It wouldn't hurt to, you know, increase the quality of our quantity, but I would rather get offensive defenses. But actually, let's go back to that for a second. What I was thinking was that I want to get religious ideas. This will give us Deus Vult, which means we can declare war on anyone. Everyone around us is a heathen. The Sunni Muslims, the Catholics in the north, I think Lithuania, technically... No, they're Orthodox, actually. Actually, no. If I look at Lithuania, they're a Catholic faction, but they've just taken over a lot of Orthodox territory. So we could always, you know, save our brethren in the south by using Deus Vult. So let's look at that again. That will also give us some missionaries, stability, missionary strength, tolerance, prestige, missionary strength, etc. And also culture conversion. So all of these things are great for unity, which is going to be an issue for us as we push into the Muslim territories to our south, as well as, you know, if we try to push into Western Europe as well. We're going to have a lot of unity issues, which is something that I want to address right away. I mean, we do have the army in that we have a lot of manpower, so that's not our first goal, I don't think. Okay, so we have a new heir by the name of Vasily, and I could have sworn we had an heir already, but I suppose that was Ivan III, who is currently 29. Jesus, how long is Vasily going to be alive? I'm not sure, but I do have 3 diplomats free, so I think I ought to begin forging another claim on Karelia. So apparently, Karelia is our last province to forge a claim on because, you know what, we're not bordering Karelia and Niva, so we can't actually forge claims. That's just fine. We will take them anyway. I currently have 2 more diplomats free. We should... we can't improve relations with the Livonian Order because we have been doing... How about Sweden? Sweden is in a personal union with Denmark. Or the Ottomans. Who should we sweet talk? Perhaps Hungary? What are the rivals of Lithuania? We've got Ottomans, Muscovy, Crimea. How about Poland? Poland's rivals are Hungary. Okay, so we'll talk to Hungary. Try to improve relations with them because we can perhaps draw them into a war with the Poland, Lithuania. Oh. Apparently Kazan does not... Oh, sorry. I misread that. Kazan no longer considers Nogai a rival. I thought they had meant us. Okay, we are very nearly complete coring Novgorod. So very soon we will be able to march to war. 1470. When is our peace treaty over? You can tell, I'm just like... I've got all of my men on the border, ready to pounce in February. Oh shit. Pyotr Siermetyev has died. Can we hire a new general? Okay, we've got Radomir. Oh my god. What has happened? Okay, we've gained a core province. Novgorod. This estate modifier has expired. Our truce has expired. And we have reduced overextension. Now we have a free mission. What should we do? Protect our brethren in Vitebsk. Where the hell is Vitebsk? I believe that is in Lithuania. We don't want to do that. We can create a proper fleet, or we could befriend Bohemia, which is a pretty easy mission, so we'll do that just to clear it away. And get yet another mission. So, our peace treaty is over with Novgorod. As soon as our claim is complete, we can march to war. I think all we'll need is the first royal army led by Radomir Barclay. Although, having said that, man, we barely have time to mourn Pyotr Siermetyev, and already we're marching over his corpse to get to Novgorod. And we're already kicking ourselves and mourning his death because his maneuver ability allowed us to have a huge amount of supply limit. But now it's going to be a bit of an issue, so we might lose a few Russians in these upcoming wars. We'll slam a church down in Kaluga. There we are. Okay, we could also probably do a bit of development. Let's see. Vladimir, Suzdal. Where do I want to develop? Perhaps Alatir. We'll throw 60 manpower down. Or military power, rather. To increase our manpower even further. How about Galich? Do we want to increase the manpower there? Probably. Well, no, it's a assault province. How about Vetluga? Definitely Vetluga. Yeah, we'll probably want to build a barracks in Alatir as well. Okay, one more in... Yeah, we'll put one more point, not in Vetluga, but in Nizhny Novgorod, Moskva. How about Moskva? Let's do Moskva. Boom. Okay, so that's all of our military manpower. Man, I keep saying that. Military points. That's all of our military power spent. As for diplomatic power, do we need diplomatic power? No, we can probably increase our production in Moskva, Vladimir, Suzdal, Nizhny Novgorod. There we go. You know what? We could have done without increasing production in Moskva and Suzdal now that I think about it. Usually you want a lot of development in provinces that have, you know, expensive goods, because it will increase the goods produced, which will in turn increase the trade value. For example, oh shit, we've got an assault crisis. Say it ain't so. Let's build a barracks in Alatir, which will increase manpower by how much? I really want to see that. So, oh shit, our agent has been discovered. That's a little poopy, so he's going to try to flee out of Novgorod and return home. Well, no, he's going to somehow stay in place, like they've discovered him, but for some reason they're not really gonna do anything, like their hands are tied. But anyway, we built a barracks in Alatir, which has increased our manpower by 875 men. I'm just wondering about that now, actually. So when you're fabricating a claim, are you like chatting up the local populace saying, you know you live in Russia, right? Like, this isn't Novgorod, this is Russia. And then the villagers are like, is it? You know what, I never really... Can I see some papers? And then we maybe, I don't know, show them. Or is it like we bust into the state library and begin messing around with letters and seals and official papers, and then we get discovered by some, like, bookworm librarian? Like, I don't know, how does that happen? Okay, hold on. We've got an event. The non-possessor movement. The church is a large landowner, and this has brought a great deal of wealth to the church. The non-possessors claim that the church is being corrupted by this great wealth. Of course it is. You dummy. Their opponents argue that the church needs the wealth. Blah, blah, blah. We can support the church, get them more cash, or we could support the movement. Lose a bunch of inflation. Considering we don't have any inflation, and we want to actually increase patriarch authority, we'll support the church authorities. There we are. Okay, Novgorod has changed their trade city to Kola. A trading post was created by Novgorod in Neva. Interesting. Can we utilize this trading post? We must be able to, obviously. Oh man, the guilds obstruct trade. That's real shitty. Man, I'm pretty excited to capture Neva, actually. I didn't realize Neva was such a strong trade power. We've got a trading post and also an estuary, which is nice. Not nearly as good as... Well, no, it has the same bonus as Novgorod itself. Okay, so as soon as winter is over, I think we will march to war. It is currently February. We should be able to end the war easily. We'll march our second army, the 2nd Korolevskaya Armia, to Kargopol, and they will capture Olonets. And you know what? They may as well just head up to like Karelia and Kola. Do a bit of besieging there. Now we have a free diplomat. What should we do? Should we perhaps improve relations with Tver? What would it take for Tver to become, or even Yaroslavl? Can we perhaps offer them a vassalization? No. Okay, they have a very negative opinion of us because they're allied to Lithuania, and they're allied to... Sorry, we are allied to Tver. So what we ought to do, I think, is annex Tver as soon as possible. But, oh, we must actually... I keep forgetting that Tver isn't a vassal of ours. It's Ryazan that is our vassal. Speaking of vassals, is there any way that we can annex these guys? We can. Which will cost 288 diplomatic power. Fuck yes. Let's do it. Why the hell not? So as soon as the snows melt... Oh, it's getting to be a little bit better. Tikvin, we've got a mild winter. Mild winter. Okay, it's starting to come along. We're in April now. As soon as the winter... Okay, there we go. May 1st. That is good enough for me. Olonets and Karelia are never going to be hospitable, so we'll just declare war right about now. Although, having said that, who is... Oh, that's right, they're allied with Scotland. And also, we can't actually declare war because we don't have a diplomat, so we're going to have to wait a few more days. What a blunder. I can just imagine Ivan III sitting in the throne room, the Grand Knyaz of Muscovy, the Grand Prince, that is, sitting in the throne room, and he waves his staff or his, like, I don't know, what would your, like, symbol of office be if you're a Grand Prince? Anyway, he waves it and he says, "We must declare the war on the Novgorodians." And then the counselors say, "But my liege, we cannot declare war because we don't have anyone to carry the message all the way to Novgorod. To Niva, which is the new capital. Actually, no, Ladoga, which is the new capital of Novgorod. We're not going to call Tver. Instead, we will just declare war. And our war goal will be take Ladoga, I guess, as it is the capital. There we are. You know what I forgot to do, though? I forgot to... Never mind. Apparently, we've been operating with a huge amount of army maintenance already. Is that because I just declared war? It must be, because my armies are piss poor. They don't have any supplies. Okay, Riazan has joined. Scotland has joined. We won't see any movement from Scotland, I wouldn't say, for a very long time. Okay, well, it looks like the second Korolevskaya Armia is going to be heading into the northern reaches of Novgorod, whilst the first army kind of does this weird dance with the Novgorodians, because we don't want to end up in a battle with them currently. Unfortunately, they are currently occupying Torzok. They've marched into Torzok and they've occupied it. They've eaten all of our berries and all of our mushrooms. And you know what? It's going to be a tough battle if we bump into them, because they're going to be in the woods, which will give us a negative... It'll give us a bit of a debuff. But holy shit, have we just smashed the Novgorodians. Oh my. Lithuania has declared war on Crimea. Austria has accepted peace with Lucca. Okay, sure. Florence have accepted peace with Austria. Florence will be forced to... Okay, so apparently Austria has just... Oh, I see, because they're invading Venice. Interesting. France is still not looking so hot. But anyway, now that Lithuania is at... Oh my god, we just annihilated the Novgorodians in the Battle of Torzok. That was nuts. Okay, well, the second army is suffering attrition already. And we've gained a claim on Vida Suvar. So perhaps this is the beginning of... where is... Okay, no, so that's Kazan. I think Kazan is probably the next... is the likeliest target, unless we can get Lithuania when they're on the back foot, you know, because they're trying to invade Crimea. Wouldn't that be nice? Regardless, oh my god. We have gained a conquest casus belli against Kazan. I see. Nice. Okay, well anyway, that was a weird tangent. What we want to do is continue this war. Capture Torzok. Take out Ladoga. Even go for Niva. Now we have already begun occupying provinces in the north. We'll probably... what a inefficient move. Okay, well, I'm going to begin besieging Tikvin, and then I'll besiege Ladoga. I've got 8,000 men in the second army, and they are ready to march into Karelia? Yes, into Karelia, and then eventually Olenetsk. Can we move a few men into Niva? Of course. Wonderful. Good old fort system, as long as 2 forts are touching. Apparently that is all you need to... Oh shit, the Novgorodians have circumnavigated my armies, unfortunately. Well, the second army will deal with the third Novgorodian army in Olenetsk. But they've heard that we're... Or sorry, Olenets. They've heard we're coming, and they're going to shit their pants. They're shitting their pants, and they're fleeing immediately. No, I was wrong. They are not shitting their pants. Instead, they've stood their ground to fight. And that is not going too well for them, I must say. But look at this. It's already winter again. It is the winter of 1472. So it looks like we're going to be suffering that attrition regardless. But we very nearly blanketed all of Novgorod. The second army is intact in Olenets. The first has been dispersed throughout our lands, but we want to reduce our attrition as much as we can. So we'll just, you know what, we'll send the second army back to Nizhny Novgorod. Looks like we can... Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Nizhny Novgorod, which It must mean like New Novgorod if I think about it. That would make sense to me. Okay, so we are going to continue besieging Ladoga, Neva. Okay, apparently we have like the bare minimum amount of men necessary to besiege these. Oh my god, Venice has accepted peace with Austria on the following terms. Venice will cede Friuli, oh my god, Friuli and Treviso. Why was that so hard to say? Friuli and Treviso. And Austria will be given 10% of their income. My god, Austria has just kicked the ever-loving shit out of these Italian states, which is very odd, because Austria is not... It's not looking so hot right now. I mean, it's not like the biggest Austria I've ever seen. Burgundy is looking pretty mean. Having said that, Lithuania is looking pretty mean. But, man, they're at war with Crimea, Theodoro, Circassia, and Kazan. Holy shit, let's start forging claims on Lithuania. If we could break Lithuania, that would be awesome. Okay, so we want Smolensk, first of all. Actually, let's forge a claim on... No, Smolensk, because we will have a mission to forge a claim on Vitebsk. Oh, shit. I didn't even notice. There's a few Novgorodians left. Ryazan had my back and took care of it. Holy shit. Smugglers? What the fuck? Okay, we'll pay them off. I don't know. Where are these smugglers coming from? Are they smuggling through the White Sea? Like, really? That far? What are they smuggling? Furs? I don't know. Oh, look at this. We actually have a mission to conquer Novgorod. Although the great Alexander Nevsky protected Rus from the Teutonic and Swedish pillagers, the mantle of the protection of Rus has passed to Muscovy. We must conquer Novgorod and make the princes of Novgorod see the truth by force of arms. So we have a mission to subjugate Kazan or conquer Novgorod, which is a no-brainer, because then we will gain base tax, production, and manpower, basically development in Ingermanland. What do we have to do, though? We have to actually wipe Novgorod off the map. Okay, we'll do that. Eventually, I'm hoping that we will have that mission that will allow us to, take Vitebsk. That mission that says we must protect our brethren in Vitebsk. I'm pretty confident, though, that we'll have a huge amount of manpower after this is over. And actually, we can begin building our secondary army here. We're going to want 2 more units of Cav, probably, I'm going to say 2 units of Eastern Militia in Moskva and Vladimir, so that will bring our secondary army to 12 units. Our current force limit is just 35, so we'll be, just scraping the force limit. We're not going to be 100% within that force limit, but eventually we can actually start building a navy to take control of the Baltic Sea. I would very much like to build a light fleet ship so that we can get a bit of trade power in the Novgorod node, even the Baltic Sea node, which would be wonderful, but we're going to dominate the Novgorod node regardless. It's just, a matter of how thoroughly we dominate it. So the second army has received their men. We're still sitting at about 300,000. Sorry, fucking 300,000, 30,000 men. Neva is holding out pretty well, surprisingly. We're going to recall our diplomat from Bohemia. Who are the rivals of Lithuania again? It's Ottomans. I keep forgetting. Should we... I don't know. We'll improve relations with the Ottomans just in case. I don't know how much they'd be willing to, get an alliance. Not at all, because we're at war. But other than that, navy strength, religion, neutrality, yeah, we're probably not going to be getting an alliance with them anytime soon. Okay, we very nearly have defeated Novgorod. For some reason, we don't have 100% war score. I'm not sure why. Odd. Okay, well, we'll recall our first army, return to Novgorod, and just wait for the war score to tick up. I would assume that they're not going to want to be at war for much longer. I can only assume that the war score is so low because Scotland is still involved. Also, Novgorod has fleets at sea. Speaking of, can we start just building ships, like, immediately? Of course not. That would be ridiculous. Oh shit, look at that. We've changed the culture of Troitska Pechersk, which has boosted our manpower. The autonomy is still not great. To be fair, it's not great. But the manpower in Troitska Pechersk is getting better. Let's increase it even further. Build a barracks. There we go. See, the boyars are controlling... Oh shit. Oh, never mind. It's the old fabricate claim. So now we have a diplomat free. Let's sue for peace. Take absolutely all this bullshit. We can't make Karela a core because... Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. So they're very nearly ready to give up all their territory. I don't know. I think we actually just have to wait for them... for the war score to tick up. It's gone from 77 to 79. Their war exhaustion is increasing. Slowly but surely. How's Lithuania doing? Allied with Poland, Genoa, Yaroslavl. Is Genoa currently at war as well? It seems so. It looks like Genoa has gone to war with Crimea. And I think Lithuania is actually doing pretty good, unfortunately. See, Lithuania is a really juicy target for us because it has a lot of the same culture. They're Russian. I don't think... Okay, no, Ruthenian as well as Belarusian, which I would assume is like Belarus. Apparently they're not an accepted culture, unfortunately. No, actually my mistake. I think Belarusian is an accepted culture. How do I check again? Let's go to my government. Here we go. Cultures in the primary group. Yeah, Ruthenian and Belarusian are within our primary group. They are not... I don't know if they're an accepted culture. I'm not sure. I would assume they are because we're in the same group. I don't really remember how culture works at this very point in time. Now, the war score is not quite ticking up as quickly as I would hope. Is there anything we can do to increase... what have I done? Okay. Is there anything we can do to speed up the process? Man. Okay, let's see. Current peace offer, length of war. Well, the war has been quite long already. We just need 8 more. That's all we need, just 8. Shit. I really want to take Novgorod out right away. Perhaps we can, like, vassalize the remains? I don't know. Can we leave them in Karela and perhaps vassalize them? No, it will cost the same, so we may as well just annex them fully. I think we just have to sit it out, unfortunately. So that's pretty boring. At the very least, we can do a bit of bird watching, or rather, nation watching. We could probably even turn down our maintenance a little bit. Oh shit, look at that. We can now invest in new technology. Oh shit, okay. Let's unlock our first idea for 63 rather, administrative power. Holy shit. But at the very least, we can now pick a new idea group. And I think religious ideas is probably the best. See, look, let's see. If we get the religious idea group and the offensive ideas, that will increase missionary strength versus heretics and religious unity, which is nice. How about quality? Military zeal. Morale of armies, plus 10%. Discipline, plus 2.5. That's not 100%. I mean, that's okay, but it's not the best. What about aristocratic ideas? What do these do? Increase cavalry. You know what? Aristocratic ideas wouldn't be a good choice, I don't think. No, I wouldn't say. Probably shit like expansion or exploration so that we can get into Siberia. Although, we probably don't need too many settlers. Who's going to be settling Siberia? Fucking no one other than us. And if they do, we can use Deus Vult on them. Humanist ideas, perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't think humanist ideas are... Actually, no. Humanist ideas would be pretty good for us as well. It will increase cultural acceptance, increase religious unity, reduce national unrest. Tolerance would be ideal. Idea cost would be reduced. Administrative ideas as well would probably be okay for the core creation reduction. But we'll go with religious ideas first of all. For the Deus Vult. There we are. 400 administrative points until we can unlock Deus Vult. And then we will get Subednik as well, which will reduce our core creation cost as well. So, I don't know. These guys just... They do not want to be annexed. It's ridiculous. You've been defeated. You have no armies. It's Scotland that's keeping them in the game, I think. Look at their war exhaustion. 13.5. My fucking god. Okay. Oh shit. Here we go. We've done it. I guess the length of the war has been reduced. So now we can actually annex Novgorod fully. We can even get a few ducats out of it. 36 ducats ought to do it. But if we're going to get 36 ducats, what else can we do? Fucking nothing because we are annexing them fully. So, we'll do it. We're going to send the demand and annex Novgorod 100%. Holy shit balls. We have demanded their full annexation. Novgorod will pay 36 ducats, which will result in 0.4 inflation. Muscovy gains 32.1 aggressive expansion. We've gained 14.5 prestige, which is very little. Oh, that's very depressing. Instead of gaining development in Ingermanland, somehow we've gone and gained development in Kola, which is utterly useless. Oh well, this will increase our manpower recovery, which is not really necessary because our manpower is already through the roof. But now we can get another mission, perhaps protect our brethren in Vitebsk, which will give us a claim on Vitebsk, right? I would assume. And then we can begin to forge a claim on... I don't know. What would be a good claim? Merchant suffering. Say it ain't so. Give them support, sure. It looks like our estates demand some territory, and we are currently embargoing Kazan, which is costly. I don't think they're a valid rival any further. Let's see. If we go to our diplomacy, we're missing and lacking a rival. Somehow Denmark is still a rival. I don't know. Now that we have access to the Baltic Sea, it makes sense, though. How about the Livonians? Should we declare war on Livonians eventually? I don't know. Well, we have nicely and cleanly annexed Novgorod, and we are immediately going to begin fabricating claims on Lithuania. Currently they're at war, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to I'm hoping that we'll be able to get them on the back foot whilst they're still dealing with Kazan, Crimea, etc. Alternatively, we could just declare war on Kazan, although we do have a mission for Lithuania. There is a huge amount of provincial unrest because we don't have any cores on any of these provinces, and if we were to look at our overextension, it's at 61%. We can begin coring Karelia very soon. We should be actually changing our focus to administration, and then we can begin to develop our provinces a little bit further. Let's see. What kind of provinces do we have in the lands of Novgorod? They're all like just a huge amount of furs. We have very few provinces that create grain, which is usually where I like to concentrate my manpower. So, how about Kaluga? Let's increase the manpower in Kaluga. I think we ought to save for some military technology. We'll want some military technology if we are to declare war on Lithuania. But there we are, everyone. We have taken out Novgorod. Our force limit is not much larger as a result, but we can actually start building a navy as well. When we come back, we'll fabricate some claims on Lithuania because we have a huge army. Our manpower is massive. Our military tradition, army tradition is pretty high, which is, well, it's not pretty high. It's just kind of meh now that I think about it. But we just have a lot of manpower ready and roaring to go to war. So if we can start to core Novgorod quickly, then we can start munching on Lithuania whilst they're busy. So anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. The campaign is going a lot better now that our vassals aren't, hating us. And now that we've wiped Novgorod off the map, we actually have a huge nation, and we are very nearly ready to form Russia. All we need now is a core on Ryazan, which we'll be getting very soon, and a core in Tver or Yaroslavl, which is probably going to be the most challenging, considering Tver is an ally, and they don't want to become a vassal, and Yaroslavl is allied with Lithuania. So if we were to actually declare war on Yaroslavl, Lithuania might join the war, but we could probably end it very quickly. I'm not sure. How about, would they want to vassalize? No. No, they will never want to vassalize because we own their cores. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, please leave a like, please leave a comment. If you want to stay in touch, get updates on uploads, anything like that, you can connect with me on social media. Twitter, Facebook, Google+, a subreddit by the name of Inco. And you know what? Come back next Friday because that is always when I upload my Muscovy campaign. And you know what? I'll see you all then.